Hello, it is another wisdom walk, and we're going to start off this new year with a topic that I love. It's my favorite to talk about, and it is grace. Here we go. Hello everyone, it's Reverend Rose Hope here with you again, and I'm so happy to be with all of you today, as usual. Today is one of my favorite topics. It is the topic of grace, and I want to start by inviting you to consider, what does grace mean for you? What does it look like for you? What does it feel like for you? What does it taste like for you? What does it smell like for you? Tuning into all your senses around grace. And so for me, grace is this beautiful, palpable energy of divine. It is actually one of the common threads that we share with divine, grace. What's so beautiful about grace is not that it's just elegant, not that it's just compassion, not that it's just forgiveness and all of those powerful, powerful things, but grace is ever present for us, and it is infinite for us. It's infinite. That means that we can access grace at any time. There's no shortage of grace. But here's the kicker. Grace is only present when we are aware of it. And so we have this beautiful opportunity to be reminded that grace is available to us at any time. Think of when things are going to hell. Maybe there's chaos. Maybe things are difficult. Maybe you're having to come into a difficult situation. And when we forget that grace is present for us, guess what? We sometimes don't show up as very graceful, do we? And so there's this beautiful opportunity for us to lean into this beautiful energy of grace. So this energy of grace is something that we can tune into at any time. It's all accessible to us, but it's only available in the present moment. And so as we allow ourselves to receive grace, how can we tune into it? How can we make it more consistent in our lives? That is a great question. And so making grace consistent in our lives, it's actually quite simple. And I know as human beings we want to overcomplicate things, but grace is so simple because we simply must be aware of its presence, and grace comes to life. And so how do we allow grace to be more present? We simply say the word grace. And I use this technique all the time with my kiddos when they're having a difficult time, or I'm having trouble finding my patience for them. I actually say the word grace. And what's so beautiful about it is that I don't have to do any work around it. I say grace, and all of a sudden grace fills my spirit. And grace is exuded from me. And naturally, something happens. Magically, something happens by simply me saying the word grace and becoming aware that it exists and it is present for me. That's how magical grace is. That's how special grace is. So in addition to tuning into what grace means for you, because it's one of those tricky ones to define because it's such a divine energy, there's an opportunity to just see it, be present, even as you're watching this video, saying grace to yourself or witnessing grace within your surroundings, within your being. All of a sudden, it moves us. It is a transformer for us. Here's the other real big thing about grace. It is a catalyst. I know that many of us talk about suffering or pain, trauma being a catalyst for us to change, and although we can change greatly in those experiences, in those difficult times, grace is also a catalyst for change. Isn't that amazing? Because when we extend ourselves grace, what happens is compassion naturally shows up right behind it. And so it gives us this beautiful opportunity to really notice its presence, its divinity, its love, its purity in every thread of what we do. And so there's so much more I can share about grace, but I'm going to keep it short and sweet today One, because my hands are getting a little bit cold in taking this video, but two, because grace doesn't require us to overcomplicate it. And I want to keep it so simple and so pure for you so that you can receive this beauty of grace. So let grace be a theme for you this year. Perhaps it is one of those energies that you can just tune into a little bit more. And remember, grace becomes so by your conscious awareness of it. And all that you need to do is be aware of it, and it will do the work for you. Isn't that magical? So I wrap you in that energy of grace today. Throughout the rest of the year, may grace be with all of you. And hey, if you haven't heard, we are doing 7 days of creation from January 1st to January 7th. It's at 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time in my Facebook group, The Sacred Alchemist, and it's free to join. And it's 7 days of going into the Akashic Records, some beautiful channeling, information from the divine. It's just a magical 7 days, and what a great way to start your year. So the link will be in the description to join that Facebook group or to register, and I hope to see you there. Bye.